Nicki Minaj, please have several seats. Please. Because you have no empathy or compassion for anybody other than yourself. I've been said you was a mean girl, and this further reiterates that feeling. So by now, I'm sure everybody has heard that PNB Rock was tragically shot and killed in LA on Monday. Around 1 p.m., Los Angeles police received a phone call about a person shot at the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle on Manchester Avenue and Main Street. This particular Roscoe's location is in a neighborhood that is in the middle of about 3 to 4 different gang territories. And one of those territories, and the biggest in this area, is the Hoovers, who are notoriously known for the home invasion that killed Pop Smoke. The Hoovers have also been linked to the death of a close family friend of Quando Rondo, who was killed while riding in the car with a rapper in LA. And while we don't know for sure if the person that shot PNB Rock was gang affiliated, I want you all to understand that since gangs have a long-running history in LA, and LA is the hub, the crimes and the street culture in LA is very different. In LA, they specialize in home invasions, extortions, and robberies. So someone like Nicki Minaj wouldn't understand this because of the bubble that she lives in on a daily basis. And on top of that, she's from New York, on the East Coast, miles and miles away. And when she's in LA, she's surrounded by 24-hour security and in neighborhoods where the rent is $50,000 to $60,000 a month, like Calabasas and Malibu. So again, Nicki Minaj, please have several seats. And in LA, violence in the form of robberies happen around the clock. Nobody's safe. We saw this most recently with Quando Rondo, when his vehicle was sprayed with bullets, killing his close friend after he dissed the Hoovers and had the nerve to be riding around in LA like it was a normal day. We saw this with music executive Clarence Avant, whose 82-year-old wife was killed in their $7 million home in a neighborhood that they lived in for decades. And we saw this with Pop Smoke, who was killed during a home invasion after multiple masked gunmen got the address of his Airbnb that he was staying in while visiting LA from a bag of clothing from a mirror that he posted on Instagram. What I want you to understand is that it's one mindset to sell drugs and trap out a block, but it's another to actually do a home invasion, to actually rob someone in broad day. And the reason why is because you do not know what you are walking into when you enter into someone else's territory. Just how in Detroit, they come up off of selling drugs and wanting to be the next BMF. And in New York, where someone is scamming and doing credit card fraud as their way to come up, or down south in Atlanta, where they are known for all three, scamming, trapping, and finessing. LA's hustle is home invasions, aka flocking, which entails kicking people's doors down and trying to get as much goods and cash out of their houses in the least amount of time as possible. An example of this is underground rapper from Cali, R3 the Chili Man's mixtape cover, who often raps about home invasions. The majority of artists do as well, such as Draco the Ruler and Stink Team, who talk about Maylene bopping and Suzy Lee bought my Mercedes and designer outfit. And oftentimes these home invasions happen in Asian communities because they are known to be anti-bank and because they keep a lot of cash. When they talk about how Maylene funded their lifestyle, it's no different from your favorite trap rapper who talks about how they use bricks to buy their luxury vehicles. And another example of this is how YG caught a lot of heat a few years ago and was blasted in the LA Times for a song he did called Meet the Flockers. That track details how to successfully flock, aka home invade Asian homes. Now, I just want to give y'all the background for you to truly understand how someone can be so bold to rob PNB Rock in the middle of the day. Okay. And it's reported that prior to PNB Rock being killed, his girlfriend Stephanie posted a picture of their meal and tagged the location of the Roscoe's that they were eating at on her Instagram stories, like a lot of people do. And folks, this is why I say that social media can be very tricky. Witnesses to the incident report that a man walked into the Roscoe's Chicken and shot PNB Rock after demanding his jewelry. This was done in broad day at 1 p.m. in front of multiple families and kids. At this time, the police are investigating whether Stephanie's Instagram post is what prompted the attack. PNB Rock was shot almost immediately by the assailant during the robbery, who then ran outside to a getaway car and then fled the parking lot. Sometime during either the incident or sometime afterwards, Stephanie removed the tag picture from her Instagram. Now, this is what I want to say. The fact that I saw comments on this girl's page about her having blood on her hands, how she set him up, how she shouldn't have posted his location, how he would still be alive if she had not posted it. The fact that we are this desensitized, that people are actually flooding her comments with some of the nastiest and hate-filled words. This girl has now deleted her Instagram page. This girl has experienced one of the most dreadful days in her life. And if it is proven that her post is what started the chain reaction, she will have to live with this for the rest of her life. She will have to live with this every time she looks at her daughter, Zuri. This will haunt her forever. There are no words to describe what she's feeling right now. We don't know if she just panicked and realized that she made a mistake and in the heat of the moment went and took the post down, even if the damage had already been done, which would not be surprising as emotions often run high after tragedy strikes. Imagine being in a moment, just a normal day, sitting around, eating lunch, you and your boyfriend, your man, the father of your child, the love of your life, eating chicken and waffles. When a man comes up to him, demands his jewelry, and kills him on the spot right in front of your eyes. Imagine that. Imagine witnessing all of this. Imagine being in her shoes, even if the police came out saying that Stephanie's posts would cause a chain reaction. I will forever be disgusted with the type of world that we live in that will actually crucify a woman that had her whole life turned upside down in the blink of her eye. This could have been any of us. And then Nicki Minaj. Sometimes I try to understand, do people really know what they be doing or do they just not care? Nicki Minaj knows her fan base. She knows her impact. She understands that impact. She understands that following. And she knows that she has millions of people watching her, waiting on her to say any and everything. And for her to use her words and come on this here internet and make this about her and put an even bigger microscope on the one mistake that Stephanie possibly made. And she knows the social media already. Nicki knows the social media. And she knows that the brainwashed barbs are sitting back, waiting on her command to go spam comment sections and to leave nasty, hate-filled comments and tweets on Twitter. And what Nicki tweeted could have possibly been true. It could have possibly had some validity to it. It could have possibly helped someone. But you got to read the room. Emotional intelligence is being able to read the room. Operating from a place of class and sensitivity and compassion at all times. Ladies and all my new male subscribers, let's move differently. Don't let social media set the tone for your thought process and your character. Until next time.